Today we're going to take a look at a very basic choke off the back, the bow and arrow choke. This is a very powerful choke that we see all the way from white belt up to black belt, and it can be very effective if done correctly. I found myself on Marty's back. Just like before where we talked about it's important to leave this pocket here, I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to start with that double undergrip and my head pushing into the back of Marty's back. When Marty starts to push back into me, I'll allow him to fall into that pocket. That's what we want. So Marty's pulled back into that pocket and I've started to lead the hand around. Notice I'm leading over the shoulder the same way that we did for those basic lapel chokes, but Marty's doing a good job trying to keep his head in, and I can't really get my hand deep up in the collar. That's a great time to set up that bow and arrow choke. So I'm here, my head is in nice and tight, but I really can't lead my hand up, no problem. I take a good strong grip right here, still maintaining control of my head. Now, I'm going to take this free hand here, and it's going to come down to the leg. Once I control the pant leg, I'm going to start to step off with this leg and on with this leg, the same way that we brought him out into the pocket for those arm bars. So I go out, on, and now I need to fall towards my left rib cage. I need to fall towards his legs. If you fall straight back, it leaves a little bit of a pocket back here that he can try and duck his head out, and that's not what we want. We want to make sure that that elbow stays nice and tight to the top of the shoulder because this is his escape point, all right? So I'm here, and I start to fall towards the legs. Now, I've heard a whole lot of different counts on how to finish this. Just rotate, push with the back of the shoulder. Personally, I like to straighten the arm. There'll be a lot of black belts that will tell you that's not the right way, but I make sure to keep that elbow pinned to his shoulder. If you let that arm come up as you fall down, his head's going to fall through this pocket, and like before, you'll go from 500 friends on Facebook to 495. That's nonsense. You have this strong position. You should finish every time, and we do that by keeping that elbow nice and tight to that shoulder. So from here, I'm going to start to fall, and I'll extend. Notice I didn't even get to the point where I needed to extend with my legs. I didn't have a really deep grip here, and this is where this move really shines. I've got the double under, I've got the pocket. I'm power breaking him. He pushes back. I pull him into the pocket. My hand comes over. I get control of that lapel. My elbow is nice and tight against the top of the shoulder. I'm also putting good pressure in with my head. From here, this hand comes over and grabs the pant leg. I come off, I come on. I want him to fall as deep into this pocket as I can. Now from here, it's okay for me to disengage with my head because I need to lay towards my rib cage. I'm laying towards my ribs, I'm straightening that arm, but look at when I straighten that arm, I don't let my elbow bow. If you let your elbow bow, his head's going to come in. Make sure to keep that elbow nice and tight and fall this way. I'm on the back, I'm power braking with my head. I've got the double lapel grips, he starts to push back. Immediately I'm pushing with the head. Look at how I get good angle pushing in with the head. From here, the hand comes over, I get control. I didn't get a really deep bite, that's okay. The whole time keeping my elbow tight to the top of his shoulder. From here, my hand comes across, I control the pants. The closer to the knee that you can get with that pant grip, the better off you're going to be. When I start to turn his spine, we're going to turn off that power in his hips. It's going to be very difficult for him to defend. So the more distance you get, the closer to that knee, the more twisting motion you're going to have. If the best you can get is up here by the cheek, that's the best that you can get. That's okay, but as far as to the knee as possible. Get it again. He comes back. I get control. I get as close to that knee as possible. I got some go-go gadget arms sometimes, okay? Look, long monkey arms here. I come off, I come on, and now I'm going to lean towards those ribcage. The whole time, I'm trying to straighten that arm, keeping that elbow nice and tight to the shoulder. Just like with our other chokes, the part that chokes them here is getting my elbow behind the back of his shoulder. I'm keeping it tight, but I want to bring it behind that shoulder blade. The more distance we make, the more choking power we get.